Today, we're back in our hardcore world on Minecraft 1.19, and in this one, we're finally getting started on something that's been keeping me up at night for real. We've got to get started on the Emerald City. So I've thought about this a lot, and I think the best way to do this is to separate the Mountain City into different neighborhoods or districts. I also think it would be a good idea to start from the bottom and work our way up. I always think better with a snack, but that would probably be awkward for you guys, so we're just gonna have to settle with some colored wool. There, I'm in free cam mode right now, and you can see that I've marked off a little bit of the different types of areas that we're looking for. Everything you see over here, outlined by the light gray wool, or I guess that's gray wool, regular gray wool, is kind of like the industrial area. So of course we've got the tree farm area over there, and then our rocket factory and anything else that's in kind of this area. And I want to continue this style that we have here. It's very grungy, grimy, dangerous, that sort of thing. Like someone is going to get a tetanus infection in that area. And then if we come over here, you can see all the area that's outlined in white. So white going down to the water. This is like the cheap side, right? These are the factory industrial area workers. And then I've got a line kind of separating the two areas of cheap side. I think that's what I might call it. Let me know what you think, by the way. And on this side, I'm giving a little bit of spoilers here, but I'd like to, at some point, have a really big dock or shipping area over here. So this is where all of those folks are going to live. And then above the white line, all the way going up to the red is, a middle upper kind of class houses, middle upper. So that's in between the really cheap houses and what's going to be on top, where we're going to have our palace, our Emerald Palace. The mega base is going to be up on top. And there might be a couple of other, think like lords and ladies and that sort of thing, royalty that's allowed to live up there with us. But for the most part, that's our area. For today, I want to focus mainly on this area to get an idea of what those lower class houses are going to look like. But before we get started on the Industrial Workers District, we have something that we need to do. In the last episode, I planted this poppy field as a thank you to each of you. Well, the thing about this field is we have to maintain it. So here's the official shout out to all of our new subscribers. Welcome! We built this new wood farm in the last video and I'm absolutely loving it. Since the Workers District is built with less expensive materials, wood is going to be key, and this will save me so much time. By the way, if you have a better name for this contraption as well, just let me know in the comments. First thing I need to do is clear the land just a little bit to get ready for the houses. Or so I thought. Okay, as usual, I went overboard, but I really like how this is going to work. Just imagine that instead of having the wool separating the districts, we have cliff faces. That'll help to break up things while also serving as a natural barrier between the different areas. So now I'm going to mark out a simple path where the road will go, separating the two sides of the district. That'll help with planning out the houses. Okay, so here's what I was thinking. We have this road kind of going in between, and this will be improved. I'm just kind of marking it out. But then on either side of the road is where we're going to have the houses. And I think what I want to do is start with something simple. Let's just go right here. And let's go 1, 2, 3. Skip 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So we'll just make this kind of box here. 3. And then from there, we're just going to be using like oak and cobblestone. Maybe a little bit of spruce mixed in. But let me kind of work on this. I haven't planned it out really, but then after I get something that's semi-doable, I'll get right back with you. There, super simple, right guys? If we go in here, I use coarse dirt for the floor because these are, imagine like hobbles. Hobbles? Are they called hobbles? I might be getting that wrong. Let me know if I'm getting that wrong. But little houses like this that are, inexpensive materials, like we talked about. We've got plenty of spruce over there and in the farm where some of these workers are going to be working down in the wood farm. So I think something like this would be really good. I want to line this whole area starting from way over there until... Actually, you see where that piece of andesite is? That'll probably be the last one right there on both sides of this road. And I want to mix them up a little bit. I don't want them to all look exactly like this. So maybe some are a little bit taller, maybe like 1 or 2 are a little bit wider, that sort of thing. So I'm going to start working on this. It looks like it's about to be nighttime. And then let me show you what I've come up with. Now take a look at this. It's exactly the look I'm going for, kind of jumbled together, all thrown and built as needed, that sort of look. Yeah, this is perfect. This is perfect. All like just close quarters. Man, this is great. I love it. I love it. but it's missing some things. So we need to work on this road going in between. I don't like as much greenery as we have here because the way I see it, maybe here in the middle, this is kind of like the courtyard or the center of the little village that we have here for the workers district. So we can continue to use these path blocks as like the center of it, but I was thinking along the edges, we can do like a mixture of this coarse dirt and maybe a little bit of gravel thrown in like that. I think that'll look good. I especially want to use the coarse dirt and gravel around the turns that we have. Like we're going to have a turn right there. This is kind of bendy right over here. It's not going to follow this exactly. I kind of want to cut through the middle of it. But you get where I'm going, and I want to have paths like so right here, right? So we've got these houses over here that are way deep back. We need to have paths going from the road to their houses as well. So let me get to work on this. I don't think it'll be too difficult, but you never know with these sorts of things. I'm so happy with how this has turned out so far. I've got this grand vision in my head, and I'm just hoping I'm going to be able to transfer that to Minecraft somehow. Hopefully this area will be a great starting point for the city and help me stay motivated as we continue adding to it. I tried adding little details here and there, including this little cart here. This path will go all the way to the industrial district, which is how these folks will be getting to work. There's a ton more that I plan to do in this area, but I want to take a break from here and try to tackle something else that I've been putting off for a little while. Now, like I said, the city will get more and more extravagant as we head up that mountain. That means we'll eventually need materials that are more valuable, especially gold and blocks that we can get with that gold. Isn't that right, Roy? Good kitty. First, we need to go down and gather some materials, and oh, you might be asking yourself, what are all these shulker boxes for? Well, this was our 8-hour End City raiding adventure, and you may have seen a video come out on my channel for that. If not, you should go check it out anytime you need something to play in the background, because it's not very exciting to actually actively watch. But you can see I got a ton of elytra. I think there's one more right there. I got some diamond stuff all over the place. I just got a ton of stuff. You can see all those shulker shells. I think that's a little over 7 stacks of shulker shells, which is awesome. We got, like I said, diamonds. There's plenty of diamonds, plenty of gold, all that kind of stuff. And this is just junk at this point. The only thing that was really useful to us in hardcore on that adventure was the shulker shells. Elytra, like if we die and lose our elytra, the world's over anyway. If we die and lose our armor, the world's over anyway. I gathered all the supplies that we need for this project, said goodbye to Roy, and made my way over to the gold farm. For those that don't remember, you can see here we are all backed up with these swords and rotten flesh, and we're not gathering much actual gold at all in this. It's pretty bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to tear out this entire system here and replace it with something that has auto sorting and much more storage. The main things we're going to need for this build are my redstone box, a bunch of these blocks of iron, probably some of this wood for chests, but anyway, let's get to it. Oh man, this is going to be crazy, and I may have gone a little bit overboard like I usually do. Let me show you. Okay, so if I come right down here, nothing changed from there up, but from here down, everything is different. You see, I have a ton of storage, way more than we had before. And what it's doing, here, let me switch into free cam real quick. If we come right out here, you can see what I'm doing is I'm taking all of those inputs that were basically going straight into chests before, bringing them out, and then they're being filtered on this side. You see that, oh, I can't click on it. One of them's filtering for gold ingots, and one of them is filtering for gold nuggets. And then those go down into the sorting system, and then everything else just gets spit into lava. So because this is a very, very, very high efficiency farm, I wanted to do, at first I was just going to do one of these things, one of these circuits, and then have everything go into storage. But those hoppers just are not fast enough for that. So instead, I gave each of these little outputs here their own circuits. You'll also notice that I put composters on top of all the hoppers, and that's because we're using a lot of hoppers here, and I want to reduce the amount of lag as much as possible while we're using it. So I guess the only thing left to do is to stand here for a little while and stock up on as much gold as possible, because we're going to need it for the videos and projects to come. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. See ya.